You keep using the word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
In this video, I will be addressing the name Kleck, the origins of the name Kleck, and the coat of arms that Jonathan Kleck uses. I will be using facts as much as possible, and I will be bringing in resources to back up exactly what I'm saying. Linguistics can be a pretty dry subject, but I will try to make it as fun as possible. Okay, let's start. I'm a German linguist as well as a Czech linguist, school trained in the US military. And when I heard Jonathan Kleck talking about the word Kleck and its meaning, even back then I was wondering, what is he talking about? Because when he talks about a bell ringer, I had always thought that the word bell is Glock. Well, it comes to find out, yes, that's exactly what it does mean. Glock means bell. A Glöckner is a bell ringer. Nothing to do with the name Kleck. Upon researching the name Kleck on the internet, I looked to see if I could find a translation to what it truly means. When you look up the word in English, or you go English to German, there's not a whole lot. There's some words that may mean spot or fleck or blot. But I wanted something a little more. I was looking for something a little bit more concrete to link the name Kleck with bell ringer or herald, but I couldn't find any. But then I started thinking maybe I should look the word up in German to see what it meant in the German dictionary or in the German language. So I put in a Google search in German for the meaning of the word Kleck. It was very interesting what I found. It's an onomatopoeia, which is basically the formation or use of words such as buzz or murmur that imitate the sounds associated with the objects or actions they are referring to. When I was looking at the article in German, he was talking about specifically like ketchup packets. When you throw a ketchup packet and it splats on the table, Kleck. That's what it means. You'll see on the slide that it has both the German and the English translation of the article, and specifics the paragraph that I'm about to read. So it says the word Kleck has been onomatopoetic in the meaning for something heavy to throw since the 16th century. The appending S can either be seen on Central or Northern and Northern German transformations, which are often accompanied by the ending on K in words, or is formed after the verb klecksen, if this is older. The weak verb klecken is etymologically related to both the verb klock and the verb kleckern, both of which have formed iteratively. Hang with me here. I know it's a little dry, but there's a point to all of this. Okay, the verb kleckern means to spill. So here we have Kleck, kleckern, comes from something heavy to throw, meaning since the 16th century. And then we have another word, Glock, which means bell. Glöckner means bell ringer. Verkunden means to announce. Vorbote means harbinger. None of these words have any similarity to the word Kleck. They're different roots. So I'm unclear as to where the association has been formed from the word Kleck to bell ringer. Glock, that's a bell. Glöckner, that's a bell ringer. But these two words don't mean the same, nor do they come from the same roots. And words matter, and origins matter. So the next thing I'd like to address is even in Russian, the word bell ringer is zvonar. Doesn't sound like Kleck. In Czech, it's zvonik. Doesn't sound like Kleck. And that's because the words are not even related at all. Kleck and Glock are two different words. One meaning everything from the little blotch that comes out, or the Kleck that comes out after you squeeze a packet of ketchup, or the sound it makes when it hits the wall, to bell, Glock, bell ringer, Glöckner. The next thing I want to get out here in the open is the coat of arms that Johnny uses. It comes from Belarus, and the coat of arms isn't for an individual, it's for a city in Belarus called Kleck. The formation of the coat of arms in the city of Belarus, Kleck, you've got a crown and a hunting horn. The crown is a ducal crown, and it symbolizes the special status Kleck had as a center of the Duchy of Kleck, which was directly owned by the Grand Dukes of Lithuania in the 14th and 15th century. The hunting horn symbolizes the Radziwill magnate family, which owned Kleck since 1588. The horn is actually from their coat of arms. Now, a thing about a coat of arms. Coat of arms aren't typically passed down from generation to generation. Coats of arms are issued to individuals. So what we have here is a town that kind of sort of sounds like Kleck or Kletsk from Russia. And it has a horn on it, and it's got a crown on it, but they're not related whatsoever. Not whatsoever to the name Kleck. You can have names, you can have words coming from completely different roots and different languages, and they can sound the same, but they don't have the same meaning, and they don't come at all from the same direction of understanding. And that's what we have here. We've got one association with the name Kleck, and it sounds like Kleck or Kletsk, and that's how we make our association. That's the only link. So the coat of arms is not from an individual. This particular coat of arms is from a town in Belarus, and it was owned by this family for centuries. And part of this town's coat of arms actually comes from this family's coat of arms. So there's no link. There's no way it could even have any remote possibility of being something that Jonathan Kleck could legitimately claim. The problem with this sort of thing is that we take things at face value. We don't dig deeper on our own to see if these things are true or not. Johnny says it's what it is, and so we believe it, and so we move on. I'm guilty of that. I'm a linguist, and I should have known better. I know that the word Glock means bell, and it has nothing to do with the word Kleck. But it took me almost 2 years, well, over 2 years, to actually make that connection and to understand that, no, it's not what he said it was. It's not what he says it is. So if he says the word Kleck means bell ringer and harbinger, and it doesn't, and he lays claim to a coat of arms that belongs to a city in Belarus that has nothing to do with his name, other than there's a horn on it and a crown. This whole thing is about fact and origins. So what else is he laying claim to that we haven't verified, that nobody's taken the time to look back and see, oh, this is actually the way it is? Because we've taken it all in face value. We've taken it all because he says it's true. But now I've shown you that the word Kleck doesn't mean bell ringer. It doesn't mean harbinger. I've shown you that the coat of arms has got nothing to do with him whatsoever. As a matter of fact, the only association is his name sounds like his last name. Etymologically speaking, there is no connection whatsoever. I apologize if this video bores you to tears. I know facts can be pretty dull. However, it all goes back to what Johnny said, what he lays claim to, and nobody has taken the time to go back and research to see if it's actually true. So I hope this video is somewhat enlightening and gives a better and clearer understanding of some of the key factors that he leans on. His name, his coat of arms. If those aren't true, what else isn't?